These are folks who do not recognize the government. The FBI labels them domestic terrorists. And now the Hennepin County Sheriff has identified them as the #1 threat to local law enforcement. This is a group of people who call themselves sovereign citizens. And tonight, we're taking you inside their rapidly growing movement. In fact, our Steve Tellier has spent months researching, talking with experts, and with sovereign citizens themselves. Steve, just how real is this threat, even here in Minnesota?
It's pretty real. Leah, sovereign citizens basically believe that the current federal government is illegitimate and illegal. Experts estimate there are about 300,000 sovereigns in the U.S., 100,000 of them, quote, hardcore members. Experts also say their numbers are rising, and so are concerns for local officers. He writes his name in all lowercase. Thomas-Allen-Friend. He adds ARR, all rights reserved, and a red thumbprint. This is how Thomas Friend signed dozens of documents he filed in the past year fighting felony attempted theft charges in Anoka County. Hundreds of pages state he is not a United States citizen and is not a corporate person, but is a sovereign American national, a natural physical being. These are all hallmarks of sovereign citizens. Friend declined to speak on camera, and we spent months trying to find a sovereign who would.
I said, there's a lot of things.
Only one agreed. Do you consider yourself a sovereign citizen?
Yes, I do.
Randy Hudson lives in a typical home, on a typical street, in a typical town of 4,700 people, Laverne, Minnesota. But his views are anything but typical. So you believe all Americans are essentially corporate entities?
Yes.
You believe that all Americans are enslaved in some way?
Absolutely.
Do you think some folks might be afraid of you because of what you're saying?
Probably.
Sovereigns like Hudson believe America has been transformed from a republic into a democracy, from self-government to a dictatorship, and from God's common law to unconstitutional statutory law.
Over a period of 150 years, we have slowly lost all our rights.
They trace the change to an obscure law passed in 1871, which created the government of Washington, D.C., but sovereigns believe it had a deeper, sinister purpose.
And in 1871, the government was turned into a corporation.
That leads to perhaps their most bizarre belief, that the federal government has sold its citizens to investors and holds a secret bank account in the name of every American with millions of dollars in each one.
They're traded on the stock market, the same as you and I are.
Hudson says he knows how this sounds.
They think we're crazy, or they say there's absolutely no way this can be true.
But one look online shows he is far from alone.
This is a movement that's spreading and spreading rapidly.
Mark Potok with the Southern Poverty Law Center, a civil rights group, is an expert on domestic extremists, including sovereign citizens.
It is a movement that tells its adherents that everything the government says is false, that the government is secretly holding your dollars that you have a right to, and so it inculcates in its adherents an extreme kind of disrespect for the law.
He says that endangers those who uphold the law.
They see the law enforcement official as an enemy who is lying to them, who is engaged in a gigantic conspiracy to deprive them of their rights.